Hello to all participants of the Web Developer course from scratch in 30 days, and to all viewers of the YouTube channel. It is a bonus material for days 11 and 12 of the course. I hope it will be interesting for the course participants, but not only. Recently, we were discussing cascading. Cascading is a very important part of CSS, which are exactly cascading style sheets. As a part of cascading, we discussed the inheritance and the principles for selecting values for the properties by the browser. There were also assignments where you had to use your newly acquired knowledge. Finally, we prepared a basic file structure for starting our projects and set up a CSS file by resetting styles and setting global properties. In the bonus material, we will do a test to check if you understand cascading. So let's get started. Which rule will be applied and why? We have a p tag with the class of left and two rules matching the same element. Which one will be applied by the browser? In the course, I said that cascading is a set of principles according to which the browser chooses the most important rule to apply to an element. And I showed how to provide which CSS rule is the most important and which one will be chosen by the browser. To be able to know which rule is the most important, we can use a medal classification. The importance of a selector of a rule is the decisive factor. The selectors can be built with the tags, with the classes and pseudo-classes, and with the identifiers, also known as IDs. For each tag in the selector, there's a bronze medal. For each class and pseudo-class in the selector, there's a silver medal. And for each ID in the selector, there's a gold medal. One silver medal is more important than all the bronze medals, and one gold medal is more important than all the silver and bronze medal together. That's just a quick reminder, and having this knowledge, you might be able to answer this question: which rule will be applied and why? I'll leave you with this question for a couple seconds, and I'll be back with the answer in a moment. Of course, the answer is the first one, and let's see why. The second selector is div p, so take a p tag which is in a div tag. So we have two tags in the selector, which means that we have two bronze medals. But in the first row, we have a selector containing only with a class. And as we know, each class in the selector is a silver medal, and one silver medal is more important than all the bronze medals. So even if the selector below would be HTML body div p, which would gives us 4 bronze medals, one silver medal is still more important. Now let's go to the next question. Which rule will be applied here? We have a p tag with the class of left, which is inside a div tag. We can see we have a combinator in our second CSS rule, which is pointing the child. And as we may know, in medal classification, combinators don't matter. We only look to the tags, classes, pseudo-classes, and IDs in the selectors. So the first rule is div p, so a p tag inside a div tag. And the second rule is asterisk greater than p, which is a p tag, which is a child of any element. Now take a moment to think about it and try to answer this question. You may pause the video, and I'll be back in a moment with my answer. The answer is the first rule, but let's see why. As you may already know, or not, the asterisk has no importance in the medal classification. And as I said before, the combinators don't matter as well. So in the second rule, in the second selector, all we have is the p tag, which is one bronze medal. And in the first rule, we have a div p, so a p tag inside a div tag, which gives us 2 bronze medals. As we can count, 2 bronze medals are more important than 1 bronze medal. Now let's go to the next question. Which rule will be applied in this case? Once again we have a p tag, once again with the class of left, but this time also with an ID of main. The first rule refers to the ID, which is main. The second refers to the p tag with the class of left. A moment for you to think about it, pause the video if you have to, and I'll be back in a moment. The answer is the first rule. In the second rule, we have a p tag and the class of left, which gives us 1 bronze medal for the p tag and 1 silver medal for the class of left. In the first rule, all we have is the ID of main, and as we know, that gives us 1 gold medal. As I said before, 1 gold medal is more important than all the bronze and silver medals together. Now let's head to the next question. This one is a little bit tougher. Which rule will be applied in this case? Now we have a p tag, which is a younger brother of another p tag with the class, and a child of a div tag with another class. Now let's take a look on our selectors. The first selector is take a p tag, which is a first younger brother of another p tag, which is a child of a div with the class of block. The second rule is take the p tag, which is any younger brother of a p tag with the class of paragraph, which is inside a div. A moment for you to think about it, pause the video, try to answer this question, and I'm back with the answer in a moment. The answer is the second rule. Let's see why. First of all, let's see if those 2 rules are precise. If they actually refer to our p tag. The first one says take a p tag, which is a first younger brother of another p tag, which is a child of a div with the class of block. And we can see it is. Our p tag is the first younger brother of another p tag with the class of paragraph, and they are both directly inside the div with the class of block. So it refers precisely to our element. The second one is take the p tag, which is any younger brother of a p tag with the class of paragraph, which is inside the div. Not necessarily a child, but it could be descendant of it. And we can see it's also true and it's also precise. So what we know is that both of these rules are precise. So now the combinators doesn't matter. So all we have to do now is to count the tags and classes in our selectors. The first one gets 3 bronze medals for the 3 tags, 1 div and 2 p tags. So 3 bronze medals and 1 silver medal for the class of block. Now let's go to the second rule, and we will get 3 bronze medals for the tags, which is the div tag, and 2 p tags, and 1 silver medal for the class, which is a paragraph class. So we have a draw. In both cases we have 3 bronze medals and 1 silver medal. So why the second one is chosen by the browser to be applied? Simply because it comes after the first one. If 2 rules are precise and have the same importance, the second one after the first one will be chosen by the browser. If we would switch the order of these rules, then the color blue would be applied, because the rule with the color blue would be after the one with the color red. That's how cascading works. But now let's go to the final question. This one might be really difficult, so it's for extra points. Take a look closely and take a minute to think about it. If you have to, pause the video, and I'll come back with the answer just in a moment. The correct answer is the last CSS rule. but let's see why. In the terms of the medal classification, the first one is the most important, because we can see we have an ID, which is a gold medal, which is the most important. But this role refers to the parent of our p tag, and not precisely to our p tag. So it can be chosen by the browser if other rule is precise, even if theoretically its importance is lower. So we won't get the first rule. Let's see the second one. Take a p tag, which is the first younger brother of a p tag with the class of paragraph. And we can see that this rule is not even referring to our p tag, because the first younger brother of a p tag with the class of paragraph is the p tag with the class of left. Our p tag is a younger brother of a p tag with the class of paragraph, but not the first younger brother. That's really important. So all we get is the third rule, which is a p tag, which is any younger brother of another p tag. And we can see it refers exactly to our p tag. So this is how the cascading works. I hope it wasn't too much for you, and if you answered all these questions correctly, congratulations. You really understand cascading. But don't worry if you were not able to answer all the questions correctly at this stage. Some of them were really hard. It is important that you associate the principles of cascading, and the fluency in using the selectors will come with time and practice. Trust me. In the meantime, see you in the next section of the course and in the next bonus material on YouTube. Take care.